So here we are on our last stop of our PNW trip at an airport I've been meaning to visit for a while. And to be honest, for no particular reason other than I'd seen some videos on YouTube and thought it would be a great final stop. So today we visit Auburn Municipal Airport in Auburn, California. Now the approach was personally a little tricky since there's lots of trees and there's a hill on the left which I almost felt like I had to fly around to get on final. I'm sure I didn't, it just felt that way visually, which also made it difficult to gauge how high I was. And when I can't tell, I usually lean conservative and stay higher, so you'll see that I nearly had to drop it in. I'm pretty sure I had the throttle on idle the entire final leg. This is a non-towered airport with one runway, 0725 at 3,700 by 75 feet, at an elevation of 1,538 feet, which on warm days, that density altitude is definitely something to keep an eye on. And as far as instrument approaches, they have just one, the RNAV for runway 7, which has a minimum to 400 feet AGL, which I think is pretty impressive considering the terrain. The weather seems to typically be pretty good, but I can't speak on it too much since this was our first time here and we got beautiful clear skies and calm winds. But being that we were back now in California, it was on the warmer side of 86 degrees. The airport was built by the federal government, not for the war, but for something that could arguably be just as important, mail service, and it served that purpose from 1934 to 1946. Today, the airport still plays an important role as it houses operations for Placer County's Sheriff's Office and Valley Division Air Operations for the California Highway Patrol. And that doesn't include the flight school traffic. Now, there is plenty of transient parking with tie-down chains. There's also clear signage pointing you in the right direction with each spot having clear blue T's and even spell out the words transient. I have checked for flight comments and there can be some weekends where people come for lunch at the on-field restaurant, Wings Grill and Espresso Bar, and there might not be any available parking. So what do? Do you wait till you fly in and find out? Well, you can, but they provide one of the best quality live webcams I've seen at any airport. It cycles positions showing you all the locations of the airport and even provides radio comms from the CTAF and current METAR. It's awesome. It looks like it was installed by EAA chapter 526 on the field, so amazing work 526. I was truly impressed how good that stream is, so make sure to check it out and you'll know we'll put a link in the description below. They do have self-service fuel pumps and you can park at either the north or south side of the fuel island with the payment system located on the east side. If you are so inclined, they do also have full service fuel through Threshold Aviation located just east of the fuel pump, which is also where you can go pay your transient overnight fees. Oh, and if you just need a quick bio break, you can head into the main Auburn Airport building located directly south of the fuel island and you'll find the restrooms. Finally, as far as transportation, it looked like at one point there was a shuttle service, but the Auburn website just goes to a missing page, so that probably is not the case anymore. But there is a service called Air Galore that provides car rentals for a couple of small Northern California airports, including Auburn. Link in the description below. So in summary, make a mental note, there is a little hill on the left on the approach for runway 25. There are multiple fuel pumps and they even provide full service. Usually plenty of transient parking, but occasionally busy on weekends. And they have an amazing live webcam I wish every airport had, including my own. Now they do have a noise abatement procedure on departure and it's at the end of the runway, turn left heading 230. So that's why you'll see me turn left pretty quickly. This Pacific Northwest trip is only one of 2 trips that has made us not want to come back home because We just had an amazing time. We want to thank you all so much for coming along on our first ever long multi-state cross-country trip. And hopefully we were able to show you not only how fun it was, but also how easy. Now don't get me wrong, I was so nervous never having done it before. Was my route correct? Did we choose the right overnight accommodations? Is the weather going to cooperate? And yeah, weather was amazing. I honestly think we got really lucky. But we always had a plan B, just in case we couldn't get to the airport we wanted to at the time we wanted to for whatever reason. Now it won't be long before we make our way back up to the PNW. We already have tentative new route, which includes meeting some of you guys along the way. Can't thank you all enough, but we'll see you next week for another new airport, and until then, go fly, go discover.